welcome to the Yeah Come On Show with Southside Steve.
Happy Monday for many Georgians. Spring break is over. I don't believe in going anywhere on spring break because it's amateur hour. Everybody does it. The prices of everything's higher, and all you're doing is celebrating summer without summer. Wait for summer to go on your vacations. Do a staycation. Catch up, enjoy local restaurants while the amateurs have left town.
And the low traffic. I mean, last week was like you could drive all around town any time of day, barely any traffic.
You and I need to put out a staycation show where I just, in one show, let people realize not only is it a good time to get your vehicle serviced, it's a good time to hit the dentist, it's a good time to get things done because the rest of the world they feel like they have to. You got to keep up with the Joneses. And everybody in my neighborhood, there's all the cliques, and you're seeing like 4 neighbors in Brazil and 4 neighbors in Mexico.
30A.
30A. And then for some of my broke buddies on the south side, Panama City. It's fun. This is the Yeah Come On Show brought to you by Exit Wealth. We are live in the Exit Wealth studios right here in Alpharetta with studios in Buckhead as well. And we're going to get started not only with exitwealth.com, where you should go for all your financial needs for somebody that's getting 20% in this crazy moment in time. To get over 20% is pretty damn good on your investments. Lastly, Exit Stage Left Advisors. If you're looking to sell your business in this troubled time and you want to go to one of those places and not just visit but live at the beach, call these guys, Exit Stage Left Advisors, or get into my DMs. I'll put you in touch with the owners. We're going to start with sports first.
Yeah, because this is great because I can participate because we're going to talk Masters. And I watched some of Saturday and all of yesterday.
Well, we've got
For the first time ever in my life.
Okay.
I've watched that much golf.
So you had a green cherry pop.
Yeah,
I
pretty
call
much.
it green because of Masters green. On the line with us right now with Yeah Come On Sports Mondays and Fridays, we have to start the week with this guy to sum up the weekend, and we have to start the weekend with this guy to have an idea of what's going on. He's the best at what he does. It's Jack Sugar with Yeah Come On Sports.
Good Monday morning. How are you guys doing?
Well, we're doing pretty good. We've gotten a little bit of flack on socials. Thank you for having
Why
us.
is that?
Well, we went a little viral on TikTok for sure, and then I've kind of gone through anywhere I posted it, and you've been corrected on something that you brought up. And before we get into it, I just want to play the audio that I thought was the greatest audio. I was prepared to send this to TMZ. I put it on Steve MZ. I was prepared to send it to 680 The Fan, my buddies over there, because I thought you had cracked new ground. This is what Jack said on Friday on the Yeah Come On Show.
You know, it begs the question, the previous year's winner always puts the green jacket on the next year's winner.
Oh.
What happens if he repeats? Does he just put it on himself? Does he just grab it and put it on himself? I don't know.
That's never
Maybe we'll find out on Sunday.
That is a great question.
Never happened.
Jack, you just made sports history. I mean, we all watch sports.
Yeah. You put it on yourself.
Dude, can I please quote you? We've got to quote Jack on that and air that as a thumbnail today because nobody has mentioned it. And I never thought about it. I thought, who would do it?
It just hit me.
Well, it just hit me. You're right. Jack, do you think it's would his father fly over? Does he get to pick somebody, or is it the head of the Masters maybe, or does he just put it on his damn self?
Or does Scotty, who won 2 years ago, do it again?
I don't
He'll
know.
be like, wait, what? I thought I didn't have to do that because Rory won. So yeah, hey, maybe we root for it for that reason.
So we were very excited about this. We thought that we had gotten a scoop, a sports scoop of the Masters.
Yeah. Now put up the graphic. Jack, looking at this graphic, what are your thoughts on this particular graphic, Jack?
It looks like that it had happened 3 times before.
Oh yeah. I even thought when we said that certainly Tiger has done this before. I thought maybe it's happened before, but I didn't know.
As I was talking, I was like, surely Tiger's done it. Like surely he has. But I had heard that it's very infrequent that it has happened. But as I was watching shortly after the show, I Googled it and was like, oh well, I was wrong. But because Mike, that show on Friday was crazy. I thought Mike, as well as being a producer, was also the fact checker. but he didn't say anything, so I thought I was in the clear.
Mike just told me. Mike told me, he goes, "I don't watch golf." Okay, it doesn't matter. Still, Jack's right. Good point.
He could have looked that up on the fly.
I thought it was Mike.
Yeah, blame
that
Mike.
one's on me. But hey, I was 10 years old when Tiger did it. So I was probably watching, but I hadn't committed it to memory as to what had happened. So hey, it's a relevant conversation, and we found out the answer on Sunday that the Masters chairman is the one that puts on the jacket. So mystery solved.
So did 5,000 people who watched our TikTok video.
The
clip.
You know what?
It was good clickbait.
I felt bad for you, Jack, because what you did is what I've done my entire career. You just throw it out there like it's true. People believe you, and then they research it, and they're like, "That's not true." So welcome to the power of radio. But it was funny to me because when it comes to sports, you don't make those mistakes. But I get the age gap and not knowing. But it was great. But we still had a good Masters. You took it on the chin. Welcome to the team. I should have called it. I don't blame you, Jeff, because you don't know.
I don't
sports.
know what's worse, that or saying LeBaron James.
Yeah, he's. Jack, there was a moment where Jeff got written up because the program director was listening on 96 Rock, and he said LeBaron James instead of LeBron because, that's pretty bad. So you're in good company. But tell us about the Masters. What did we see, and what are your thoughts today on sports?
Great tournament. I was watching on Friday afternoon, and Rory did set a record for the largest 36-hole lead in Masters history. A handful had a 5-stroke lead before, and all but one won that Masters. And the last time that the person who had a 5-stroke or greater lead after 2 rounds lost the Masters was in 1936. Don't even know his name. Harry Cooper, maybe. So it had been 90 years since that this would have been a monumental meltdown. And sure enough, on Saturday, he goes out and shoots one over, and everybody comes back to him. And so that set up for a fun Sunday yesterday. And man, it was anybody's tournament throughout. For a second there, I was like, oh, this is going to be poetic. Justin Rose is going to win this thing. He had a outright lead when he was on 12. But then, Rory, I think last year he kind of got the monkey off his back, and there's just pressure, but not as much as last year, obviously. And he's done it before. And man, the clips of him talking about how he's basically just been living in Augusta for the past month, really, I think that's irking some people, because it's a massive advantage to be able to just fly your private jet over to Augusta and play. And he's been claiming he's got a back injury for the past month and withdrawing from tournaments. And I was like, that's another reason why I wasn't willing to pick him, because I thought he was hurt. He had some personal stuff going on. He wasn't playing. But the truth is, he was just flying to Augusta and playing that course over and over again, which is just crazy to me. So,
wow. And
he obviously knew the course well. He came out on Friday, when he was on a high, and told everybody after the round on Friday that that's what he'd been doing.
You mentioned Justin Rose on that last 9. He was ahead when they went into Sunday, but in the back 9, he chunked a chip onto the green. He missed a couple of gimme putts. If he would have made those, he would have been pretty much tied with Rory towards the end.
Look at Jeff knowing sports. You're so excited. Just so you know, Jack, Jeff gave me the one finger like, no, I got this. Never before has he been more confident in talking about sports. But I'm with you. If you watch Full Swing, whatever season Justin Rose was on, you realize what a sweet man he is, what a gentleman, what a great supporting wife. He's an older guy. And you're like, you want it for this guy, because you can see guys like, Rory with one logo, Nike. And then you see the guys that look like they're like a walking billboard.
Oh, my God. The way they put the MasterCard logo on the collar now.
It's because he'll take money from anybody because he's trying to make bank. He's right. Half those guys can't fly in and out like that. Most of them are on prop planes, and they're splitting it, and there's 5 golfers on the same damn plane. But not Rory. He's at the top of his game. So that blew my mind. But I watched Rose, too, and I was hoping, out of hope, it would go to the playoff that it did with Rose. and Rory, but this time
Last
Rose
year.
won. That just would have been wonderful, but it's a repeat. What do you do?
Yeah, no, and you're exactly right. He chunked that chip on 12 and then bogeyed, and that was pretty much the turning point. Because yeah, if he could have made it out of there with a par, you just never know. But that really slowed him down. And then Rory just finished the drill and got a couple bounces. Cameron Young played well, but not well enough. And Scotty, he had a real shot at it. He was 12 strokes back after
God.
2 rounds, and he almost made that putt on 17. It's just so brutal. So that would have been fun to see him come all the way back and have a playoff when Rory bogeyed 18. But it didn't happen, and he won again. I'm happy for him, but I do have a take
Okay.
that the Masters is the greatest golf tournament, but it is the most anticlimactic ending. You know, I force golf onto this show, whether you guys like it or not. I've been giving you updates on the Houston Open and Gary Woodland.
Yeah.
So you know I watch a lot of golf. My favorite thing is the walk down 18, the winning moment, the family comes onto the green, they're hugging their kids, they raise the trophy, the crowd's, you know, this is what we've been waiting for. They're all excited. They give the speech on the green to the fans. And Augusta, like they whisk them away into Butler's cabin and have this awkward ceremony with guys who we have no idea who they are, and they're just sitting there with their green jacket. I just think it's a little like we've been building it up and building it up. And then the coverage ends and it's like on to 60 minutes. And it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just me. But then, you know, there was a green jacket ceremony on the green where he's thanking everybody and the patrons and the, you know, staff that are helping move the patrons and catch balls and stuff. But it's like that did happen. But CBS's coverage, I just thought was really lackluster this year. And, you know, I go straight into bath and bedtime with my kids. So maybe I miss it and the rest of the world is watching it. So, you know, correct me if I'm wrong here again, but I just that's been a take of mine for the past few years where I just feel like it's this awkward ending to the greatest golf tournament of the year.
I agree. 100% I agree. And it's always been stuffy when they go in there. The conversations are awkward. You've got the amateurs there. You got the guy that won. You got the guy that won last year, but you don't have him there because the guy that won last year is the same guy that won again for the 4th time ever. And yeah, it's just awkward. And you're right. It should be cooler, and it should be all out in the public eye. And I think they need to look at how they do it. And you shouldn't break away that quick either, because we've been there with you all week long. And like you said, it's the most beautiful golf course in the world. You hear people saying it. Yeah. I mean, don't just end it. Give us that extra hour for people that want that. I think there has to be closure.
Yeah, it's just the excitement, the raising the trophy, like the moment, and it's just this like really anticlimactic thing. And if you're there, you know, he makes the putt, he pumps a fist or two, and then he walks away, and then he's gone for like 45 minutes. You're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Now what do? I stood here all day on 18 waiting for this moment, and now I've got to wait for like 45 minutes for him to come back out and give a speech. It's just this weird thing. So I love the Masters more than anything in the world, but for the past few years, I get fired up because I'm like, that's my favorite moment. That's what like brings me to be emotionally moved by golf. Are those like amazing winning moments on 18, and I feel like they just kind of botch it in the name of, I don't know, tradition and history.
It's too much tradition and history, right? If you're going to break away for 10 minutes, do your scorecard and come right back out. Nobody does it better, I think, than the NFL. You get it quick. You see them wearing the shirts, the hats, the stage comes out. They're up there. They're doing it. They give it to you as fast as they can after the end of a Super Bowl. And I think maybe golf needs to take a look at that. I agree with you, especially with this particular tournament.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my hot take of the day. But no, it's great. Masters Sunday. Heard the opening to the show. You know, I had my little redneck yacht club set up in the backyard with the tailgate chairs and the TV that I pulled off the wall, and you know, we were enjoying minimal traffic and a beautiful Sunday afternoon. So it was another great Masters Sunday.
I love it, and I love your setup at your house. And I was just joking. I just went along with the redneck thing, saying, "Hey, it looks like what trailer slip are you in? Whatever. What trailer park? I'll come see it." But I did as a joke because Jack just repaved his driveway. I can't even imagine how much that concrete cost you. So it looked fantastic.
We're just trying to get the most out of it.
Yeah. Well, you're doing that. Thank you so much for sports today, and we appreciate you, Jack Sugar.
Yep, and I'll just wrap it up. The Braves had a nice little homestand against the Guardians. Took 2 out of 3 there. The bats are just working. So, same story really. They'll outscore anybody. And as long as we get some pitching up in the pipeline, it's going to be a fun season. And then the Hawks made the playoffs. They don't have to play in the play-in, so that was decided. We're playing the New York Knicks in the first round of the NBA playoffs. I don't know when that starts, to be completely honest with you, in a couple days, but they locked that down. So
it's good.
This has been sports. Yeah, it was a great sports weekend, and we're off and running in the summer swing here. So this has been Jack Sugar with Yeah Come On Sports. This is brought to you by North Atlanta Golf Carts, with 2 locations serving you.
Yeah, come on, and yeah, come on golf carts. Hey, it's Southside Steve with the Yeah, Come On show, talking about one of our fantastic sponsors, and that would be North Atlanta Golf Carts. North Atlanta Golf Carts is located in Dawsonville off Highway 53 East, or you can go to Buford, where they're located off Thompson Mill Road. Either way, they've got lots of brands for you. They've got Yamaha, they've got Club Car, and many others. Whatever you're looking for, they've got it, and they've been in business since 1997. When you get there, ask for Craig Riddle. He's the man. He'll be at 1 or 2 locations always during the day, and then ask for the Yeah Come On deal. He's already prepared to give you $500 off a used golf cart. So whether it's new to you or brand new, however you want to customize it, do you want it delivered? They've got parts, they've got accessories, and they work round the clock. Monday through Saturday, they're open. Sunday, they're closed. That's North Atlanta Golf Carts. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come. Steve MZ brought to you this morning by Smalls Sliders. Want to throw that one in because Smalls Sliders opens to the public tomorrow. We will be live there. Follow us on socials if you want to come out and hang out with the Yeah Come On show. We have not set a time yet. It'll be sometime in the AM before noon, and we'll let you know when we're there. I think it might be just before lunchtime. I think that would be a good time to meet people. They're not offering up breakfast, so look for us to be around 11 to 1 or early lunch. Yeah, come get an early lunch with us in Marietta off Windy Hill. Small Sliders. It begins now in Georgia. Yeah, come on. Now, TMZ, baby.
Steve MZ.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying TMZ. You know why? Because now there's a TMZ DC.
They're opening up a DC bureau?
I guess they are. So now there's a lot of competition. There was first TMZ, then Steve MZ started on Rock 100.5, and then on the Yeah Come On show. And I thought it was really just going to be us. Mm-hmm. Now there's a TMZ.
They're going to get into politictainment too. It's going to be that's what politictainment is. So they're taking the Yeah Come On show bits.
I got to tell you, we feel like 88.5 at Georgia State doing alternative radio and playing all the best alternative music, and then all of a sudden a station comes into town and decides they want to play it 99X and crushes a lot of students' dreams. You and I, we loved it because we were trying to make money. But I can tell you here, TMZ is definitely opening it up because if you think about it, politics has a lot of stuff going on. So TMZ DC is a thing. And they said there's 3 producers. You got this Charlie guy, this Jacob guy, and this Jackson dude. Yeah, their last names are big deals, but I'm just having fun with it. And now they're going to start doing their very own version of what goes on in D.C.
But probably more of the salacious stuff because there's a lot of sex scandals. You got the Epstein files. They're probably going to cover the more gossipy side of politics.
Yeah.
You know?
Does that bring down these guys? Because we always knew politicians were protected. I mean, the whole joke about Kennedy going out through the Washington tunnel, or was it the Abraham Lincoln Tunnel? I forget who's
To
with
get
the
to get with Maryland?
Yeah. Kennedy was sneaking out of this tunnel where he was popping up, a mile away from D.C., shuttled off in a car to do bad things, nefarious things.
Yeah. Oh, and of course you got Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, that whole deal.
Yeah, and people protected politicians, and now I guess we're going to go after them. So does it tear it down, or do they deserve it? Tough question, Mr. Polydictainment.
As long as they're not doing anything illegal and without consent,
Okay.
they just got to be more discreet about it.
Agreed. So there you go. Guess what? Now, the same way in Hollywood or at the LA airport where people are waiting for you in baggage claim or waiting for you to walk the streets and film you, guess what, DC? It's about to happen to you, too.
They're going to be at the D.C. airport waiting to get people to make comments when they get off the plane and get their taxis.
There's a lot of people going to be flying Lear jets to private airports. But that's one great story out there. Then the other one, God bless her, I got to bring it up. Britney Spears, we all see what goes on. I don't know how much money she's got. She sold her catalog. It's probably what she's living off of. But you're a terrible mom when Kevin Federline gets the kids. No offense, your backup singer boyfriend, then husband, is a better person than you. And you've got the money and you're a mom.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously she said, hey, I need help. She put herself in. No, it wasn't her dad.
To rehab?
Yeah, it wasn't her dad or sister or mom. She voluntarily entered.
Wait, I wonder if it's like pills.
She said for drugs and alcohol.
Okay.
So what are you thinking? I think what I see is not drunk. I know what a drunk looks like, and I think you do too.
Well, yeah, it seems like she'd be more social if it was a drinking issue. You see her out drinking, but she seems to just be holed up at home doing crazy stuff, which to me sounds more pill-like behavior.
It looks like Adderall and alcohol is the way she rolls. So she's wide awake, drunk.
Yeah. Poor man speedball.
That's pretty good. A poor man's speedball. I even had heard speedball in a while. I did have to bring up what a sour cannonball is. I brought that up on the air. I invented that with the regular guys on 96 Rock.
Refresh my memory. What's a sour cannonball?
A sour cannonball. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because I did On the Rocks with Rocker last night, which I think they're going to change the name to John Rocker and Southside Steve or John Rocker and Rickman Report. They say we need name recognition versus a cool name, whatever. I don't know that world on Rumble, but we did a show, and he's getting a colonoscopy, and I told him about the sour cannonball. So basically, when you eat a lot and you sit down on the toilet, you know when it's going to be a normal stool. And I'm trying to talk professionally. Yeah. And sometimes you just feel like, oh, no, I'm loaded. And it's like all of a sudden you just boom, and it's just literally ball-shaped. And it's in your stomach. You got gas pains before, and then it ignites, and you just, poof, it's done in a millisecond. And you fire that thing into the toilet. The water splashes up on your butt. Now you've had yourself a sour cannonball.
A sour cannonball when you get splashed.
When you get splashed, and usually it is just that eruption. It's just one, and it's like it's round. Sometimes it falls apart, but it's just one shot. It's over, and the cleanup is more water than poo.
Yeah, you know, really make me mad when you go sit on the toilet and something comes out and it splashed on your butt.
Yeah,
I hate when that happens.
How'd that happen?
That's Eddie Murphy's. That's Eddie Murphy doing Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
I like the
You
Ross.
really make me mad.
You know what made me mad? But Brittany's going to get help, so God bless Brittany. And you know what? We hope for the best for these people. So God bless you if you're in Washington, D.C. Here comes TMZ. And Brittany, quit dancing. Buy a home and save your money. Coming up now, attention people, and yeah, come on, Smalls Sliders. Small Sliders is about to open up in Marietta, right there on Windy Hill, just before Cobb Parkway, and it'll be April 14th. You want to get through the ultimate drive-through? No, you're not dining inside, you're driving through, and you can get 1, 2, 3, 4 sliders, smalls. And let me tell you, kids can hold them. It's the ultimate drive-through food. Or you can get Biggie Smalls if you really want to bite into something, or you can eat on location. Small Sliders is opening, Marietta, coming to you April 14th.
Polydictainment.
And quickly, this is brought to you by David Markwell of Markwell Therapy. If you're having mental issues or you're just going through a rough spot or you want to hit a reset button on your life like Britney Spears is doing, or is it just maybe, hey man, I just want to know more about myself. Am I dealing with stuff that happened as a child? My dad yelling at me. Is that why I'm yelling at my kids? Whatever it is, never be ashamed. It's also extremely private. Nobody ever has to know whether you Zoom or go in person. He's located in Marietta. That's David Markwell, markwelltherapy.com.
So I guess the negotiations to end the Iran war didn't go very well over the weekend.
And see, I think a lot of people didn't know that was going on.
We were all watching the Masters all weekend.
I got to tell you, it took between spring break and people wanting a break from their work, their life, the schools, and just taking a break, that mixed in with the Masters, I didn't know.
Well, apparently the Iranian prime minister said that we kept moving the goalposts. Like we were close to having a deal, but we kept changing things at the last minute.
Doesn't sound like the U.S. to me. I think the U.S. usually says this is the deal.
Yeah, I don't know. But one of them, of course, was ceasefire and opening the Strait of Hormuz. Now we are going to block the Strait of Hormuz as of this morning.
We're putting up a blockade?
Yes, we're going to put a blockade for the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know. This is, I guess, to hurt Iran and then sweep for mines. Apparently, they may have mines in the area. So
I heard that.
We're having a Navy mission go out there, do a blockade, scan for mines, and I know it's worse. It's going to get worse, it sounds.
I wonder how you scan for mine. There's got to be an infrared ability just to fly over and find them. Back, obviously, in World War II, you had to see it. But can you imagine, and nobody wants that. They don't want that either. Can you imagine an oil rig hitting a mine and the oil spill you're going to deal with?
Oh, yeah.
Think about it. It would just be horrific because those things are loaded. That's the recklessness of it all. But maybe they feel like, screw you, you decimated us.
Yeah, that's the problem. This thing could continue to escalate if they're just like, well, screw you. And then it's going to go back and forth. It may start escalating again before they get closer to another ceasefire. And the Pope was not lashing out, but the Pope, was criticizing Trump for all of this. And Trump, of course, was like, stay out of politics, stay with faith, Pope.
Poof.
I mean, not so many words. He probably said a lot worse than that, but
no.
He was like, "Hey,
oh my God,
we like the Pope, we like the Pope, we like faith, but stay out of politics."
Oh my God,
so Trump's getting criticized all over the place.
Trump, please don't go to war with the Pope, because then he's like, "You want me to talk about the Catholic priest?" And then we go with that story. I don't even want to hear it. And then the Pope's going, "Do you want to talk about?" Oh, please, Lord. Oh yeah, we do not need Italy. TMZ Italy. We don't need it. All right. You know what? Sports has been done. It's all been done. The only thing we haven't mentioned to you is the Rockin' Taco. I can't say enough about this place. And I want to thank you because you're single. You patronize this location off Canton Street in Roswell, Georgia. And we know that as far as everything we loved in, say, the late 80s, all through the 90s, to about 2005, everything that Buckhead was for those that lived in Atlanta. I'm sure all cities have these kind of locations. Rockin' Taco is that place that makes me feel like Buckhead.
Yeah, in Roswell. In downtown Roswell. And great food. And I love Mexican food. And they actually have something called the Rockin' Taco.
Yeah.
And it's like a great beef taco. Oh, I just went in the other day and had some of the guac and cheese dip. So, yeah, it's kind of, I can make it on my way home from my day job. I can kind of go out of my way just a few miles and have a quick stop. And they have $5 margaritas on Mondays.
Yeah, and we love everybody there, the staff. So get in there. We're there the first Thursday of every month, and we will be there for Synchronicity. Also, either this week or next week, we'll have the lead singer of Synchronicity. Jeff will put him through the paces on some police stuff. It is a police tribute band. I think they dabble in some other 80s stuff, but that's what they're known for.
Oh, I think he said they do Police and Sting, maybe Sting solo.
Oh.
They do other 80s stuff that's getting away from...
Well, I've seen that they have done it. I don't know. I think if they ever played it in a concert, they'll do it. You know how they do covers? Bands do covers of, say, this song or that song. Just like Journey does AC/DC in their encore? Is it that?
I don't know, but if they are called Synchronicity, they are a police tribute band. I expect to be all police and police related.
Okay.
This is just me coming from my educational background of having a minor in tribute band theory from Georgia State.
A lot of people don't realize that you're educated when it comes to tribute bands, and you were on the forefront of that.
Yeah, I was on the. I actually helped write the class after I aced it. They hired me back to consult as tribute bands evolved through the aughts and the teens. I've been back to support my alma mater to help shape the course
And I
for
gotta tell
future
you,
generations.
I know that when you went in there, you're well respected. I know a couple of seniors at Georgia State through the years that had relations with you. They thought you were quite impressive. So that's good to know. By the way, there were 5 people that came to me for this co-host job. They were all interviewed. Outside of you being a stand-up, putting your butt out there in LA for 6 months, running a business, so I knew you had a business mind, and you were good at hitting the buttons, engineering, and doing weekends for 20 years. You were right there with the greatest people across the country that I could work with. But when I saw your Georgia State minor in tribute band theory, I'm
That
like,
was it. That was it.
Jeff Cole's my man.
That was it. And there we are. So now we are doing track 13, as we like to do deep cuts, songs that we wish were on terrestrial radio, but they're just not. So we take care of it. You can always watch the videos or listen to the songs we discussed in the description of the video. We put them there. I put a link there for you. So what do we have today?
Today we're going to go with Cinderella.
Love
Again,
Cinderella.
Cinderella's a great band, and you got your 2 or 3 songs that you hear all the time, but it's always great when you dig deeper because these guys put out albums. I mean, there's a lot of songs I'm sure as the band they're proud of, and it's great when you can hear
let me
them.
just give you a quick doc of rock knowledge here.
On Cinderella?
On Cinderella, one guy that produced, I believe, Long Cold Winter. He may have worked on the first album as well, but he worked, I think, the first or the second. A guy named Andy Johns. Probably doesn't ring a bell. But Andy Johns was a famous engineer from England who engineered some Stones records and some Led Zeppelin records. So they had a pretty big time producer back then.
Yeah, there were some bands that your one-hit wonders or other hair bands that came out late that just weren't produced well, but it does surprise you when you find out behind the scenes who's working with some of these artists, and it's almost like you can't fail.
Yeah.
Well, Cinderella had a song called Once Around the Ride.
Once Around the Ride.
And that's a song, I don't know if you've heard it. It should come back to you. Very limited radio play.
Very, if at all.
If at all.
Yeah.
This is one you had to buy the album or the cassette.
All right. Is Cinderella Once Around the
Ride.
Once Around the Ride. It is track 13 on the Come On Show.